Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Popcorn Diaries. I'm Joe.
And I'm Adriana.
And today we're going to talk about movie trailers. And how much fun is that going to be?
That should be a lot of fun. Trailers are always a lot of fun to watch. They get you excited. They get you motivated to get out there and watch these movies. There's some really great trailers out there coming up, some past trailers. So we're going to hit a few, talk about the industry as a whole and what the trailers really do for movies.
People don't realize a lot of work goes into a trailer. And we do see a lot of trailers, whether you're watching online or lucky enough to go to the movie theater and see the 8 to 10 trailers before the movie actually begins.
It does seem like they've added quite a few trailers to the beginning of the movies now.
Yes, they have. Personally, I think there's a few too many trailers. What is a trailer, folks? We all know what it is. It's a commercial. It is a message for you to come and spend money and see this movie. So it's no different than watching 30 seconds on TV to buy the latest pot and pan set or something like that. The trailer industry is quite the industry. You would think they would just throw a trailer together when they got nothing to do. No, not at all. There are companies that do nothing but make trailers.
It is a very competitive industry. You have to hit the right balance and you have to make it interesting. You have to catch somebody's attention within the first 5 seconds of that trailer being shown. You want people to be captivated by it. You want the trailer to continue a good pace and get people into the movie theaters.
Yeah, very true. You got to hook people really, really quick because we've all seen it in the movie theater when the trailer is not so good.
You're going to go get popcorn.
Right, popcorn, or you got your iPhone out or whatever, and you're just, surfing the net, and you're just waiting for the movie to begin. So it is a very competitive industry. It's a very expensive industry. Everybody might think that you throw together a trailer for a few bucks. Nope, they can spend millions of dollars making 2.5 minutes of a trailer just to get you into the door when that movie is finally released. I think there's an interesting trend in trailers. If you look back to the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, quite some time ago up to today, the style of trailers has changed dramatically.
Yeah.
When you look back, especially in the 70s and the 80s, those trailers tended to be shorter. They weren't 2.5 minutes long like they are today. And they tend to tease your brain more than give you the visual of actually what the movie is. I think today's trailers tend to bombard the senses way more than they used to.
Yeah.
Let's hit on some good trailers that we've seen.
Every time you come out to the movies, you're going to get hit with a few new trailers. And even online, it's constant now. You're going to see trailers back to back, especially coming into like the summer season or the Christmas season. And some of the past movie trailers that I truly, truly love and adore that got me excited to watch the movie include The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, any one of the Lord of the Rings.
Any one of the Lord of the Rings trailers,
agreed.
Every time I watch it, still gives me goosebumps. It's just such an amazing way to get you in the door, gets you excited. You feel like you're part of this epic story. And when you watch the movie, it delivers.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way about Raiders of the Lost Ark. When that trailer came out, you just got tingles and said, I have to see this movie.
Yeah, I mean, even now you see little snippets of that movie and it's so much fun. It's such an adventurous time.
And I think there's a trend there. I think the past blockbusters that we all know and love tended to have really good trailers made for them because they sensed that this was going to be blockbuster material. But when you look back to something like even like Forrest Gump, I mean, what a great trailer. You just watch that and say, wow, Tom Hanks in another great role. You know this is going to be special. There is a lot of good stuff out there, even way back. Casablanca.
Yeah, they did have an amazing trailer for that movie.
That
was definitely something that got your attention and made you want to watch the movie. And then we move forward in time, and one of the trailers that I think sparked a different era for trailers because we saw the new CG coming out that was really what boomed this industry of CG effects was Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The music in that trailer, just that moment that they show you like a snippet of one of the dinosaurs and you're hooked. Yep. I remember watching this trailer and feeling like, oh my God, this is going to be completely special. It gives me goosebumps. And I still watch that movie and that first moment when they show you the dinosaurs, still feel those chills.
The trailer industry, has a tough job because, they have a limited amount of time to basically keep your interest, tell the story, because they're, and every one of these has a story. It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that end, if it works right, is when it's done, you're saying to yourself, I have to go see this. You talked about CGI. When the Matrix movies came on, the first Matrix movie, and you saw that first glimpse of some of the CGI they were going to use, or you just said to yourself, oh my gosh, this is going to be different.
It was definitely a great trailer for that trilogy. The first trailer was spectacular.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, you were just like, what is
upside
going
down,
on?
bullets
Yes.
flying everywhere, the slow motion thing.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
my God. It was just mind-blowing. You wanted to figure out what this movie was about. And the first movie delivered on every point. Along the same lines was Inception.
Oh, great trailer.
Oh, that trailer was spectacular. The movie,
They had the spinning...
The little spinning top.
Yeah, spinning top thing. And it's like, oh, that is so cool.
And, it's just, there was such an air of mystery, but there was like, oh, what is going on when the world starts changing before your eyes and you're like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen in this movie? So definitely that was one of the better trailers that came out.
And that's one thing that has changed. When you look at the early trailers, they were slow moving. They gave you small glimpses and they really kind of dragged out. I think it was the second Terminator movie. 3/4 of that trailer is them just assembling the Terminator.
Yeah.
And then Arnie pops out and says, I'll be back. You could never get away with that trailer today.
No, today it's all about high impact action and just a lot of special effects. It's here to stay, and we are so used to it that, they try to get your attention with the new spectacular graphics that they're coming out with. One of the ones that really brought all the stops out, and I mean, there was special effects there, not some crazy special effects, but it had them in the trailer, was for The Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Just seeing, Heath Ledger as the Joker and then all the stunts and all the explosions going on. I mean, you just wanted to watch this movie. And this movie was probably one of the best Batman movies that came out of this whole franchise.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That teased us, it delivered, and it was shot in Chicago. So to have, for us personally, I mean, it was even another layer of cool because it's like, oh, yeah, I've walked down that street.
Yeah. I remember working downtown at the time that they were shooting this, and every time you were like heading home, you could see the trucks starting to roll in because they were shooting at night.
Yep.
And oh my God, it was such an interesting time in Chicago.
But not every trailer has been wonderful.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the trailers are good. I will not say no, but the movie didn't deliver. That sometimes happens when the trailer is just so much better than the movie. And we've all had that happen. We've gone to the movies to see the movie because the trailer was fantastic. And then we were like, what the heck happened?
Well, yeah, because and you can kind of sense it when you watch the trailer. You feel like, well, they just told me the whole movie.
Yeah.
And how are they going to make you want to watch 90 minutes of that?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. And one of the trailers that definitely did this, where I was like, what's going to happen in the movie since you saw almost everything, was for the first Godzilla in 1998.
Oh, yeah.
The trailer looked fantastic, and you thought, oh, my God, how are they going to pull this off in a movie? And they didn't.
Nope.
The movie was just a fiasco. Yeah, it had its interesting moments, but for the most part, it was just waiting around to see Godzilla.
Yeah, show us the monster.
Yeah.
And even when we got to see the monster, really,
it was underwhelming.
Yeah. It was disappointing.
And, the ending with all the eggs and everything. It was just, the trailer was so much better. You thought this was going to be a great movie, and it didn't deliver, and I was really disappointed. And then flash forward to 2014, and I was disappointed again.
Yeah.
I thought this is going to be the Godzilla to end all Godzillas. And I mean, there are 29, 30 films already, people, of Godzilla.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be the one. And it was even worse than the 1998 version. At least the 1998 version had some comedic value to it.
A little bit.
But this new version was just like, it dragged on.
Yep.
It was slow.
And I think this tends to happen with a fair amount of trilogy movies. If you think about Jaws, the original trailer for Jaws was spectacular. And then, the Jaws 2, 3, 4, 5, or however many there were. And those trailers were pretty good, but you could sense it was just going to be more
was tapering
the
out,
same
yeah.
thing. And, it just wasn't enough to save the movie or get, the public in to come and see the movie. So think about the Scary Movie series, the comedy there. The first one, pretty funny stuff, made fun of a lot of the horror movies of the day. And those trailers for the subsequent 5 movies, I think it is, were okay too, but they pretty much showed you every joke.
It's been there, done that.
Yeah, been there, done that. I mean, why go see the movie? You just showed me everything that was going to be funny. And I think this happens a lot to comedies, unfortunately. They pull out all the best jokes in the trailer, and then you go see it, and there's filler.
Yeah. You feel like you're watching the trailer with a bunch of filler around it, and yeah, I do agree with you there. That does happen with the comedy movies a lot. But it can also happen to action movies. I mean,
it can.
We had the remake of Total Recall, and the trailer looked fantastic. The trailer looked like it was going to be worth watching.
Yeah.
And then you go watch the movie, and it just sank.
The Longest Yard.
Same
thing. That looked like it was good. They brought back Burt Reynolds. You thought, he's in it again. The same thing. It just tanked.
And then it also happens with superhero movies.
Yeah.
The Watchmen trailer is a work of art. It is beautiful. The music, it's captivating. You're just sitting there like, oh my God, this is so gorgeous. The movie's going to be so great. And you go watch the movie and you're just bored to death.
Yep.
There are elements of that movie that I think are visually stunning to this day. Visually, it's beautiful, but I'm bored to death.
Yeah. Well, like I said before, I tend to tease me a little bit, show me a little bit, and just leave me just begging for more.
And then also we have the bad boys of the trailer industry.
If you had to pick one genre of movies that tends to have the
best trailers, worst movies.
Yeah.
That don't deliver, that don't live up to the expectations that you have from the trailer, it's going to be the horror genre.
Yep.
Countless times I've watched a trailer and thought, this is going to be great. Oh my God, I'm going to be scared. It's going to be awesome. Just look at the graphics. Just look at the special effects. The story looks like it's going to be really great. It looks fantastic in those 2.5 minutes. And then the rest of the 82 minutes that I'm there, I'm just like, why did I come watch this? And one of the movies that definitely did that was The Blair Witch Project.
Yes.
I mean, this was like, oh my God, found footage. There was all this mystery around this whole movie. And then you go watch the movie and you're like trying not to throw up in the theater because you are so nauseated by how much the camera moves.
Yeah. Yeah, they never stop.
Yeah, and that sparked a whole genre of its own of like these found footage documentary type films like Cloverfield.
Which just came out.
You see these trailers and you're like, oh my God, this is going to be fantastic. I'm going to be scared. Oh my God, it looks so creepy. And then you get there and you're just like, oh my God, can you stop moving the camera? And then you also have the more, sedate, serious horror movies like The Woman in Black, which the trailers, again, look fantastic. And you think, oh, my God, this is going to be great. And it's just kind of good. It just is okay, I think the only movie that the trailer delivered as well as the movie was with The Conjuring. That movie was pretty creepy, and the trailer was pretty creepy.
Pretty creepy, too.
So it's rare to find those gems in the horror movie industry.
I think the reason the horror movie genre has gotten such a bad rap with the trailers is because, typically those movies are lower budget movies.
Yeah.
Which means they're going to have lower budget for a trailer to be produced. So, of course, they just pull out all the loud music and the screams, and you see the knives and the chainsaws and whatever else they're using. They hit you with that real fast, it's boom, 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 like that. But I do agree with you that, every now and then there is a trailer that is worthy. Cabin in the Woods.
Yes.
Okay, great trailer, great movie, in my opinion. Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, definitely. That trailer was spectacular, and Shaun of the Dead delivered on every front.
On every front.
The same with Dawn of the Dead. Yep. It's one of my favorite zombie films, and the trailer was the reason why I wanted to watch it. And to this day, it still creeps me out. So there are some hidden gems in that genre, but they are few and far between for the amount of horror movies we get thrown at every year. Let's talk about what's coming up this year and the trailers that have sparked our interest. So coming up, one of the first ones, of course, is the Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been going on. And the trailers look like they're going to deliver, but both of us are kind of on the fence about this because we just don't see how this movie's going to work.
I've seen the trailer, and I don't care how you make this thing look. I'm not buying.
I feel the same way. I just don't see how this movie's going to actually work. It may surprise us, but it may just be exactly what we think it's going to be, which is like, okay, so we have two superheroes fighting it out.
Well, and not only that, you've introduced yet another
one.
New Batman. So now we have to get used to a new face.
A new voice and a new suit. Following that up, though, is a movie that I'm actually very interested in watching, and I think it's going to be visually stunning. The trailers make it look so beautiful. I hope the story delivers. I mean, it's a timeless classic, and I hope they didn't screw it up, which is The Jungle Book.
I've seen the trailer for it, and, I have mixed emotions on this one. I am cautiously optimistic.
It looks beautiful. The graphics look amazing, and I just really want to see it. I think it's going to be good. I just really hope they don't mess up the story.
I think they've given too much away in it, though, unfortunately, because I've seen the trailer like 4 times
I mean,
now.
It is a classic movie, so pretty much you know what's coming.
Well, what do you think about Captain America Civil War coming out in May?
The trailer's okay.
The trailer's okay, but
I'm not sure how the movie's going to go. I mean, I think the biggest part of the trailer that you're like, oh my God, I have to see this, or the reason why you would want to go see this is to see Captain America duke it out with Iron Man.
Almost like a Batman-Superman thing in a way. I think the movie will do well. Mixed feelings on the trailer, but that's one really, really strong franchise.
It is a strong franchise, and I think it's still doing well. It's still got some steam in it, as well as the X-Men series. It's continuing to go strong. It's going to be an all-out war from all the mutant side. The trailer just looks amazing. I don't know if they give everything away, because there's a lot in this trailer.
There is a lot.
So, yeah, I really hope that this trailer is going to deliver everything that we've seen. I mean, we've got 6 trailers out there, everywhere from a teaser to the 2-minute trailer. I just really hope they haven't given it all away.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think they have. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. That's probably the best way to say it.
One that I'm really excited about, and I mean, it's been years since we've seen anything from this franchise, so I'm really excited, is for Finding Dory. I really love the Finding Nemo. To this day, I still watch it, and it's still funny. The jokes are still hilarious.
Yeah, they are funny.
So I'm really hoping that Finding Dory is going to captivate me the same way that the original Finding Nemo did. Her being such a spaz with the memory problem is just hilarious. So I really hope that this new movie is going to be as good as the first one.
The trailer does make it look good. I will definitely see it because I was a huge fan of the Nemo film. And the other trailer that looks interesting, but my better judgment tells me this is not going to work, and that's the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows in June.
I wasn't impressed with the first movie.
No.
I know a lot of the audience really liked it.
Yeah,
and they did. And I watched it, and I was just like, okay.
Why make a second one?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And it's coming. I mean,
It's
not one I'm excited for. It's not even on my list of what excites me this summer. But
then what about the trailer for Warcraft?
that is an interesting one. It looks amazing.
It could go either way.
It does.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I don't know much about the Warcraft game itself.
It's hugely popular.
It's really
hugely
popular.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting to see how it's going to translate to film. We had the previous Mortal Kombat series.
Yeah.
Didn't do so well.
No, not so good.
So we'll see how this one goes. We also have The Secret Life of Pets that is coming out.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that one. The trailer is funny. It's so clever. And I really hope the movie's going to deliver. And we also have quite a few action movies, including the return of Jason Bourne.
Yes, with Jason himself.
Exactly. Really surprising to see that they brought Matt Damon back.
Because he skipped the 4th movie.
Yes.
And the 4th movie was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see that they brought him back.
And I like that the trailer so far, the trailer has not given much away. This is one of the trailers that that is very different than all the other trailers from this coming summer. It's not giving much away. You see very little of him. We also have another installment of the Star Trek series.
Yes. And you know that's going to be good.
You know, the new series has been so much better than the original
so
movie series. I mean, before we had like a hit and a miss, a hit and a miss. But these last few movies have just been so great.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams is really doing a spectacular job with this series.
Yeah, he's definitely on a roll. The trailer for this is fantastic. You know the movie's going to deliver even more. I can't wait for that to come out. But what I can wait and probably will not see is the next Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, that is the...
and the trailer doesn't do it either.
Know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about this movie. It's just, you know, you've got all these comedy women in it, and I get it. They're in their own right, in their own movies. They are powerhouses of comedy. But to put them together and throw ghosts at them just doesn't seem like it's going to work. And I really hope they don't ruin this franchise for me because I love the original movies. They are so great and fun to watch.
Yes, especially since the first two movies were so strong. You hate to see a third one come in. I mean, new characters, everything's going to be totally different. I mean, we all know what we want to see.
Yeah.
We want to see more Dan Aykroyd. We want to see more Bill Murray. That's what we expect, and we are not going to see that, although Bill Murray is on
the
there
cast
somewhere.
Yeah. So I think he's got a cameo probably. I doubt that his part is very huge. At the end of the summer, though, I am looking forward to Suicide Squad. That looks like it's going to be so much fun. Just, you know, gratuitous violence fun.
Yeah.
And you put Queen in the trailer, you've got my vote. The trailer looks fantastic. The pacing of it is wonderful. The way that they played the music with the action, and just gotta say that's one of the better trailers that I've seen for this summer coming up.
Speaking of great trailers, let's talk about our favorite trailers of all time.
Favorite trailer of all time. I mean, we've already talked about the ones that we loved. So let's reveal our favorite trailer of all time. For me, Mad Max, Fury Road.
What a great trailer.
Oh my God, this trailer is honestly a work of art in and of itself. The music that they used, the visuals that they used, the pacing of it, it just was hook, line, and sinker. I was there. I couldn't wait for the movie to come out. I'm so glad that the movie delivered as much as the trailer said it was going to deliver.
As soon as that trailer opened up with him standing by the car,
yeah.
You just right there. I mean, goosebumps. Mm-hmm. It's just like, oh man, this is so good.
That trailer is just fantastic. I mean, I know there was a couple versions of it, but the first one that came out, in my opinion, was the best.
In fact, I think the movie delivered, far more than the trailer. Even though that trailer was almost like a mini story on its own.
Yes.
And that was so well put together. And that was on my top list. It really was. But I'm sorry, I caved into Star Wars for The Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was anticipating that movie so bad, and then they started teasing you with these little short trailers. I mean, they manipulated us so well, and that's what a trailer is all about. So I applaud them, and I give it my favorite just because they were so successful.
You've got to take into account that almost any trailer you see where the first few notes are John Williams, you're in.
That opening, vista scene where you see the speeder going across and you see, the big Carillion ship has been, it's nose into the sand of the desert. And I'm sorry, I just like that. And then they didn't really give you much else.
No, they didn't.
And then later on, another one came out where they finally, showed Harrison Ford standing there saying, Chewie, we're home. I was out. I was done. That's it. I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't even want to watch another trailer.
I'm truly there with you on that one. The marketing campaign for the Star Wars Force Awakens was so well done.
Yeah, it was incredible.
They really hooked the audience in and really made you remember that, they were coming back and they were coming strong. And the movie delivered. It was such a great movie. I can't wait for the next one to come out. Movie trailers are part of our culture. Definitely looking forward to seeing more trailers in the future and seeing where the trailer industry is going to go. Are they going to continue this trend of high action, high impact pacing with the trailers, or are they going to go back to the early days where they barely showed you anything. We'll see what happens.
Now, I think the trailer industry is going to keep just bombarding us with as much information as they can in those 2.5 minutes. But maybe they'll back it off a little bit. I mean, you can only show us so much of a movie before we just don't want to see it.
That's going to be it for us today on Popcorn Diaries. Hopefully, we'll see you this summer in the theaters. We're definitely going to be talking a lot about the movies that are coming up. As always, I'm Adriana.
And I'm Joe.
And this was Popcorn Diaries.